Kid and DCMony opening show.
Welcome to the opening of the studio here at my house in the lovely Mercersburg, Pennsylvania. I'm here with DCMony.
What up, y'all?
DC, all right, we met, 4 years ago?
4 years ago, we coached football together.
I was playing
He played under me.
yeah.
I taught him everything he knew.
Yeah.
And then
On
once he
special
learned
teams.
all that, then he tried to teach me some things. But I don't know about all that. But we coached football together, and he played under me. So.
And we got to be instant friends, and whenever I started building this studio and doing the stuff with Schaefer too, he's out in Greencastle tonight, so we're rocking from here. And I got two different things, man. Two things that I have to get off my chest, man. And they're both my New York sports.
All right.
Okay?
Well, they're in trouble to start with, so...
What the hell happened with the draft, the draft lottery last night? The draft lottery last night was rigged. And it was rigged to get rid of tanking in the NBA. And that's bullshit because we actually tanked correctly this year. The Knicks won the fewest amount of games. And then as soon as there's like a chance that, you know, a once in a generation player like LeBron James is coming out with Zion Williams coming out of Duke as a freshman, I hope he goes back. I hope he does not take this. I hope he doesn't go down to stupid New Orleans and, you know, and then Memphis. Then Memphis has the number 2 pick. In a 2-player draft, we lose out on John Morant and Zion Williamson. Now we got JT Barrett. And JT Barrett is he was supposed to be the best player coming out of college this year from Canada, came down to Duke, and then Zion Williamson just blew everybody away. And it was our year. It was stolen from us. And I'll never forgive the NBA for it. But now, the second thing that I have.
Well, is the NBA draft is random. The NBA's is. All the other sports in the world draft is based off the lowest ranking team getting the
because
best
there's
pick.
so many games that you can tank. And baseball really doesn't care because they have like
baseball
18,000 rounds.
Baseball is just for America. That's all we're doing it for anymore. Hey, but let's do it.
Well, the
You
World
see the empty
Series is
seats
only,
all the time.
Yeah.
Someone's not making money.
They average like 5,000 people a game down in
That's
Miami.
ridiculous because the stadium's house 60.
Yeah, and that
would be a failure anywhere else in the world if you did them numbers.
And it is a failure.
I think it's a sad shame because if I could be close enough to a stadium to get season tickets, I would have it.
Yeah,
I'd go just to chill.
We just don't have it. It's not something. Maybe football is okay around
football's
here
packed all the time.
it's 10 weekends, and that's if you go to the preseason. And
What's 10 weekends? Football?
Football of home games of your season tickets.
Yeah.
And so you're a Tennessee fan though.
Yeah.
And so you have even more travel. Like I could possibly do it with the Jets. We're 4 hours from New York.
It's 10 hours and 81.
It's 10 hours.
Yeah, there's 10 hours and 81, man.
Just 10 hours.
Same freaking road the whole ride. That's it.
But speaking
of
cut
football,
off a
little bit,
but speaking of football, with what happened with the Knicks last night and the Jets, we're the Jets again. The Jets, my team
we're
life.
not the Jets.
I know.
Always been the Jets.
We changed our logo, but we're still the Jets.
Yeah, that Jets is the Jets that was. That
So-
jet ain't landed yet. That Jet's the same
it
jet.
crashed like back in the 70s whenever they changed that first green uniform, and now they changed it back, and then they changed it again to something, the new Nike-ification of football.
The Michigan State University uniforms, that's what I'm calling
Yeah,
it.
they are. They're not even Michigan State uniforms. They're probably like
They're not a real
Marshall.
Marshall Community College uniform. We got this. If they can't get you, we'll get you.
So their first intention is like, oh wow, everybody's talking about Zion Williamson. Let's fire the general manager and fire the director of pro personnel, and nobody's gonna talk about it. It killed the Zion story. The Jets are so stupid. Why would you let a GM that you're gonna fire pick all the players, spend $125,000 in cap space, do the draft the players, and then fire him afterwards? And not even directly afterwards, because there is a time where they say that if you fire a GM like after the draft,
it's wrong if right after
right after the draft, you want to use all of their stuff up into the draft.
Yeah.
And so then you get rid of them after the draft, and that's kind of like the year changeover for a general manager in football. But the Jets didn't do that. They waited like 3 more weeks. And crazy eyes Adam Gase. Like, what kind of piece of crap, man? So the general manager hires the coach. The coach comes in, gets into a fight with the general manager that hired him, steamrolls him out of town, and now the head coach is the general manager at the same time now. This all happened
and he's
yesterday.
the head coach at the same time.
Yes, head
doing
coach.
both jobs.
Yeah,
Well,
he's Bill
that-
Belichick, and he's Adam
Well,
Gase.
Bill Belichick ain't a bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Bill Belichick doing it. Andy Reid doing it. Pete Carroll, but not Adam Gase.
Well, that's probably a good call.
They call him the quarterback whisperer because of what he did with
Quarterback
Peyton
whisperer?
Yeah,
That's a dope name, though.
Yeah, no.
Quarterback whisperer. I'll teach you everything, Tim.
That's
That's hilarious. I never heard that.
Never heard quarterback whisperer. Though that's
I
what they
want
call.
to be that. I
Well,
want
that's
to be
what
the quarterback whisperer.
That's why they hired Adam Gase to be able to come and teach Sam Darnold, all the things that he taught Peyton Manning.
Now, who did he whisper before
Yeah,
to
that's what
have
that-
this credit?
Exactly. Peyton Manning already knew everything whenever he was in Denver. Adam Gase was his quarterback coach, and they're like, look how great Peyton Manning did. Peyton Manning does
great at everything.
Yeah, he did great for
Give
years.
him a commercial. He does great.
He was in the Hall of Fame before he even went
A
to
coach
Denver.
doesn't do Peyton Manning great. Peyton Manning does a coach great.
Yeah,
That's not how you should be shopping. If that's how you're shopping,
He shows up to the opening interview, and he's
basically
just,
that coach had little work. Honestly.
Yeah. And he
As
also
a- as a
coached Jay Cutler to the playoffs once.
Well, and we just throw all our failures in front of us.
Yeah. But that was hireable material for the Jets. That's what it was.
Well, that's the thing, and that's how they shop. That's not. They went through a string of what's that fat guy's name? Oh,
Rex
man.
Ryan.
Nope.
Sexy Rexy.
The one before that one.
Eric Mangini.
Yeah, that's it,
Mangenius.
Mangini.
Yeah.
Magic Genie,
Oh
yeah.
he was Mangenius for the first year.
Yeah, yeah.
He got a cameo in The Sopranos.
The problem with the Jets is that they're in New York City and they're in New Jersey technically, but they try to keep up with New York and keep the
We're the little
names
brother
and-
to the Giants.
and
We are.
try to get new ideas coming, but the new ideas are never good ideas. So, and not everything is gold. It ain't
No.
always gold. But so the Jets have always they don't keep nobody long enough to even let anything build. They just lay the concrete, be like, oh shit, that was just sand, and then they're like, oh well, let's do it again with something else.
That's right.
And then you never really build anything because even Sanchez, he was there for less than 3 years.
He was there four, I think.
Okay, well, he was only a star player or starter
Yeah.
for 3 years.
Yeah, those first two, we went to the AFC
They
Championship
also changed
game.
their coaching staff a bunch of the time. So it's like a temporary workplace. Like everything's always changing, so you never really get adjusted to your job. So how can you ever succeed if you never learn?
No.
You just I think that's always been the Jets' problem because they're always Jets. That's always news is them shit is something they're doing.
Oh, we think
You know
we're way
what I
more
mean?
important than what we
Yeah,
are.
but I'm saying like your news is always moves, and your news should never always be moves.
There should be wins
Yeah,
scattered
oh
in there.
yeah. You do the wins too, but they're looking at the business end of this. They don't care about W's, they care about M's. But that's what I think the Jets' problem been for like at least a decade.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
maybe more.
I was talking to a friend last night. I was just like, the only way this day could be worse is if like Joe Namath died on the toilet. No, it's just like Joe Namath was found dead on the shitter.
Damn. Now be careful. Now I did that with Stan Lee a day before.
Oh man.
And he died the next day, and I was like, I didn't really know nothing.
You killed Stan Lee.
I didn't kill him. I called it. That's what we call it.
Got murder. I didn't know.
I didn't kill him.
I didn't.
I had said at work that, something about Stan Lee. I was like, he don't got much time neither. No. And then a week later, Stan Lee ain't have no time anymore. And I love Stan Lee and I miss him. But it's just a coincidence, I guess. Or I'm Jedi more than I thought. I don't know which it is. But.
It was Endgame that came out this year.
Yeah.
I mean, did he have a cameo in Endgame? Was that
I don't
his
know.
last?
I didn't see it. I decided if I'm gonna watch a 4-hour movie, I'd rather do that at my house. So I'll just wait till it's Redbox next week or Wednesday, whatever day it comes on Redbox. So yeah, I didn't go see Endgame. I'm the one guy. I know how it ended.
didn't.
I know how it ended,
I've never seen
so.
any of them. I've never seen a Star Wars movie.
See, I love people like you because I wanted you to sit down and watch the movie. I never know what you really think. Because we've
Does
been.
it hold up? Does Star
Well,
Wars?
see, the problem.
If you're a fan, does Star Wars hold up? Star
the
Wars
new
won
ones?
1977 and New Hope. Does Star Wars hold up?
Yeah, because at that time, what it did for film and what it did for cinema and all that, and it gave us, for the first time, characters all ages could love for all reasons.
That's true.
I think, I wasn't born in the 70s, obviously,
Yeah.
but Star Wars at the time dropping because it is in so many bits and sitcoms. There's little jokes about it. So many movies, there's little gestures. There's movements behind it. There's a lot of Star Wars, you know. But when it came out, it was a wild concept for that time anyhow. Drugs was big at that time too. The LSD was popping off and shit. But like, I feel like Star Wars, like, because it was shot purposely with 4, 5, and 6. So when you went to 4, you knew you had to commit to 5. If you liked what you saw in 4, you knew you had 5 and 6 because you went a half-ass.
Would you suggest me watching them like in the order that they were made, or in the actual order that Star Wars are supposed to be in? Because the ones in the 90s were actually a prequel, weren't they?
Yeah. To me, what's most enjoyment is watching them in years they're shot. Yeah. As in the 70s ones and the 80s.
Yeah, I think I'd feel more comfortable with it.
I would skip episode 1. I do all the time when I do and I replace it with Rogue One. So maybe that's why they called it Rogue One.
Yeah, to get rid of. Now, was episode 1? Wasn't episode 2 the one that everybody complained about, where it's just talking constantly?
There's a lot of talking, but there's bad Jedi fights in that shit too.
That's
like,
good too.
You know, I don't know when you make a movie and then you decide to go back to make a prequel. 90% of the time, to do that properly in the storyline of the scheme of things, it has to be all talking, because now you're telling the story before you saw the story. Yeah. So it's like this: if I see a guy mug somebody, I saw that live. That's episode 4, 5, and 6. Me telling you about me seeing that mugging is episode 1, 2, and 3. And that's what prequels are supposed to be, basically talking. Basically West Wing all day. You know what I'm saying? So I like watching them in the years.
I think I'm gonna watch them. Yeah.
I think they're good movies. I think the difference is I don't know if I had never seen them, if I would bother with it, because I was raised in it. You know what I'm saying? So I remember watching 4, 5, and 6 when there wasn't even no 1, 2, and 3. When FX or whatever they called the channel back then would play it all in a row, and it was a nice Saturday just to be cuddled up and lost and shit, and just, you know, and
my brother liked Star Wars, and I was like 7 years difference from him. So he would have been like 10 or 11.
Well,
I'm
you're
like
in
4
a whole
or
different
3.
growing range.
I remember just walking past it and being like, oh yeah, Jabba the Hutt. But that's all.
I
I've
never
seen of
understood it as a kid. I was just like, what's the deal with this Luke guy?
Hell, I didn't even understand the Matrix until I was like 24.
I don't know if anybody did. I to this day don't get Fight Club. I don't know.
Fight Club.
I don't know who's who and who's real and what we're really at here. It's subliminal. Like, I don't know, man. Fight Club, I love that movie because it's dope as shit. And I'm like, but I don't think Brad Pitt's not real, right?
See,
we don't even know.
No. I know.
Edward Norton makes it arguable. Did you fuck her? See, we don't know if you did or not. We don't know. It's already arguable.
They're the same person in it, and it's his own imagination that's kicking his ass.
Oh, I thought it was his conscience.
Kind of.
Oh, what do you mean, kind? I don't know.
It's like whenever you see him in the beginning of the movie fighting Brad Pitt, he's actually just outside the bar kicking his own ass. Yeah.
But then everybody else sees Brad Pitt.
No, they only see Tyler Durden. They only see the Edward Norton part. And even the girl that he's with.
They should do a remake where that's just that part, and then this is what it really is. We just put Brad in.
We'll have to do breakdowns of movies. And
we
like
got him real cheap,
and
we didn't know what we were making, and we're like, fucking run with it. So just put him in something.
Oh yeah, back with Edward Norton, and that was back when Brad Pitt, like, he was just getting ready to explode. He exploded, but then he became super famous. Because we got like Legends of the Fall.
Was Snatch before
Snatch
Fight
was
Club
2000. I think they were both 2000.
I think Fight Club was 99. He just wanted to be a boxer for a year. That just was his thing. I'm Brad Pitt. I want to be a boxer for a year. That's just all my movies. I'm gonna fight with my shirt off. I'm gonna fight with my shirt off in all my movies in 2001.
Oh, I would.
2000.
Oh yeah, I would. I wouldn't even own a shirt if I was Brad Pitt, even still today.
I wouldn't. I'd have like a little tape thing to cover when I walk into Sheets.
Something to just hang out of my back
pocket. I don't like
pocket.
Brad Pitt's going to Sheets anyhow. He'll send his bitch to go to Sheets. Hey man, I don't ever bring me some papers.
I bet they've never even been at a Walmart.
You want to know a cool thing about Brad Pitt? In Hollywood back in the day, he was known for rolling perfect joints.
Really?
No bullshit. Because when he was getting in trouble with him and Angelina Jolie over their kids, she tried to use that.
Use that against
as
him,
a
and then it
character
became
builder. He
public
runs
record.
perfect joints. All right.
Yeah, it's
That
legal
means
in
he's a bad
California.
father. I
Yeah.
mean, first off, they adopted all them children anyhow, so I don't know how you can lose something you
Oh,
adopt.
I'm sure
like
those
that.
kids aren't bitching.
Yeah, I
like,
don't-
come on, Dad, how are you gonna smoke
They
a
don't
joint?
have- yeah.
The mansion stinks.
I paid for this whole house and the one next to it. You know,
I hate walking around this mansion and it's smelling like pot.
You can't even smell his 30-foot ceilings. You can't even smell anything. She sprays Febreze that don't even go nowhere. It just goes up.
Just
Like,
like,
oh, let the
ozone.
gargoyle smell
The
it.
ozone is actually underneath their ceilings. And the aerosol's actually just killing
That's
the inside.
rich.
Yeah, that's how rich they are. Just wanted to thank DCMony for coming up tonight, hanging out, having a good time. We're going to be doing a lot more of these. The studio, this is the first one coming out from it, but more equipment's coming, so it's going to be a lot bigger, and we won't be tightening in as much, and you'll actually be able to see this nice stuff that we have underneath. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you next time. DCMony,
Thank you
tell them
again,
what's
Brian,
up.
man.
Hey, anytime,
Y'all
brother.
have a good day. Take care.